and no ass, or smaller legs and very round at the top. So even within the plus size community, we have, we have a little thing that we're trying to unpack because shit, everybody trying to figure this whole thing out. Like, just for real, for real.
I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm not in. Well, I'll tell you, I'm an honorary member of the community. I know you said I'm not in there, but I'm a proud member of the BBW community in my mind. And so it's just really crazy to me that in a world now and in a culture right now, we always talk about inclusiveness and being open and to everyone, and we need to be. That's the type of space we need to be creating. With diversity, equity, and inclusion is like DEI is the conversation everywhere. It's still so many spaces that people don't feel that way. And it's still so many conversations and arguments. And the fact that I see you clowning these fools, and I mean, I live for it because you go for their jugular. And it's nothing they can say because it's just like, I just don't know how you have the time. Like, life is life, and you have time to comment about how you have a standard that no one asked you about. Like, if that's your
Right.
standard,
It's always men, especially, that don't know about nobody would ever, like, nobody would consider you. So why are you here? I'll be like, sir, you protesting a whole lot. Are you trying to convince me or yourself? Because I didn't ask you to be here. Like, I did not ask you to be here.
that video,
Nobody asked for your unsolicited opinion. Stranger on the internet. And I don't
that,
understand why you're so upset about me, my existence, when I literally don't know who the hell you are.
that video you did the other day.
Which one?
It was the one about the guy. He was saying something, and your comeback was like, "You look like you should be a part of the community." He
I
had
don't remember.
glasses. He had glasses. I like down because you were like the Audacity,
I
and he
said
was
audacity is freer than
yes,
salvation.
yes,
That's what I
yes.
said. I didn't even say nothing. I just laughed. I was like,
Yes, yes. And I think because it was like, I think it maybe was in the comments or the caption, like, you should be a part of the community. Because first off, he did. But second off, that was just, it was literally insane. I was cracking up. But it also just blew me because I started going through all like a lot of your videos, and I'm just like, the fact that you have to make these videos so frequently shows the problem. Like, why do we have that? And you would think in the era of Lizzo, and I know she going through her stuff right now, but she really kind of opened this door for me at least, of big women being in space and like, no, you're going to respect me and own me because I own my body and I'm okay with it, right? I mean, everybody has their preference, but even if that's your preference, that's your preference. That's not the world's preference. And so, I mean, now where Lizzo is, like, what do you think about her? I mean, she's been like, to me, the face of BBWs, and she's getting backlash for saying she's actually like fat shaming and body shaming.
well, the thing about a lot of people have this misnomer about plus size women that we're all like these super nice women who gonna treat you like your granny treat you and bake you cookies. But just like everybody else, it's a whole lot of mean fat chicks out here. And shit, you mess with me the wrong way, I'll get mean on your ass too. So
Mm,
like, if she was fat shaming, I'm not surprised. Cause a whole lot of fat women do that. And a
mm,
whole lot of used to be fat women fat shame now. Or people in general. And I can always tell like the ones who are not happy fat when they lose weight, when they turn into fat folks, oh, you hated yourself when you was fat. Because there's no reason for you to act the way you do, knowing that you had to navigate space in a certain type of way because of the way you look. For you to be an asshole when you get to a certain size, unless you hated yourself. But
right.
first, people need to quit assuming that just because Lizzo fat, she was gonna be nice. Because that's just not even a realistic expectation to have. Outside of like seeing people degrade her, I really don't know too much about her music or anything with her, but just, I defend her from time to time because people be disrespectful. But if she was doing that stuff, I wouldn't be surprised because a lot of fat women do that. And I remember this one guy that I follow on Facebook. He's a party promoter here in Dallas. And Monique, actually from Love and Lock Up, a couple weeks ago, they had BBW swim party, and she was one of the hosts. And he
Hmm.
made a post and was like, if you a BBW that like to body shame other BBWs and SSBBWs, please unfriend me. Because a lot of fat women do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Well, I know I've just loved Lizzo for who she is. I can't say I listen to all her music. I know the popular songs that come on the radio, or not even radio, that's on my title or whatever. And so I listen to her in that regard, and I love her because she loved Beyonce. And so we align. We're in the same spirit, you know. Being a part of the Beehive is an honor.
One thing I can appreciate about Lizzo, especially like in my space, is she showed me the people who actually don't like me as a fat woman.
Mm.
So, it's one thing for you to say, okay, I don't think she should have wore that to the basketball thing, that the game. That wasn't appropriate. But then when you start seeing people that you love call this woman a whale because she fat, or a monkey because she fat, comparing her to animals and all this kind of stuff, then it's kind of like, oh, what you think about me?
Right.
You must think the same thing about me. If
Right.
you gonna see this woman and compare her to an animal, you think I'm one too. And I absolutely don't need to have you around me. Because you gonna end up saying something and I'm gonna end up hurting your feelings.
And we know you will tell somebody off.
When they go low, I drag them to hell. Cause Tassie, I don't start no drama with people. I don't mess with folks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come with me, I tell them you ain't this ain't what you want. Cause I'm gonna roast your ass high heavy, and I'm gonna hurt
All
your
the
feelings.
way.
So you better leave me alone. I give them a warning, leave me the hell alone. Cause if not, I'm gonna hurt your feelings, and you ain't gonna come back. But see, this is a skill that I've had to build because I've been fat probably since I was in third grade.
Hmm.
So I had to learn how to get back at folks because I've been defending myself for a long time.
You really are all my life I had to fight.
And people say it all the time, but I am a living witness. It's hell being fat in the black family. Baby, because they don't mind reminding you. Woo, you done gained weight. Woo, you getting fat. Woo, woo, woo.
Ooh, that
All the
stomach
time.
sticking out. Ooh, you should probably put a jacket on. Yeah, we don't have a filter, but the interesting part is if we look at all our pictures, most people started off small, and by the end of their life, they probably your size in the black family because of just the ongoing health risk, the way we eat, the type of food that we eat. It plays into our weight, and I mean, it happens. I know I try to be conscious of that.
It
'Cause
does happen. Shit, life be happening. And
say
we have to take on a whole lot of stuff that other people don't. So,
it again for the people in the back and the
yeah.
front and the side.
Then you might live in an area that's a food desert and you can't get no healthy food over
And so then you get, we have that conversation all the time because where I live is a newer development, but it is. I mean, it's still a food desert. Like now I have two stores that are in probably like a mile radius. But before that, they just closed the other grocery store that's closer to me. But there's a corner store every other block. And so
there.
when you depend on that, and then there's McDonald's and Popeyes, that becomes the standard of where you end up buying food because it's quicker and you don't want to cook. And especially if you're working mother or father or a family, you may not always have the time to cook, right? And so if you're not
Right.
meal prepping, which sometimes takes a long time in advance, or just time, and you just don't have that time because you're tired, you end up going to those spaces, and that then builds up all these other cardiovascular diseases and things of that nature that just don't work. And I think there's a difference between being concerned about your weight because you want to be conscious of your health. But then there's a difference, like you said, when it's literally just you fat shaming or doing some other things because of your own personal preference or probably some deep down insecurities that you're dealing with that you have yet to truly acknowledge. Because if you have that much disdain for a particular group of society, a particular demographic, I just don't know why you care so much.
Yeah. People are not concerned about people's health. They're not. And I'm gonna give you a prime example of how I know they're not. So there's this one girl I follow on TikTok. I forgot her name. She be making some good food. I mean, some good ass food. And even if it's an instant she eating a salad, people all over her page. You gonna be dead by the time you 40. I mean, it's always, oh, that's so unhealthy. That's so unhealthy. That's that, this and that. But then there's another, a thinner, TikToker that does the same thing. Oh, I love a woman that can eat. Oh, your food just looks so good. Total opposite. They doing the exact same thing. But the reception is totally different because of their body type. And
Right.
I'm a woman. I make sure I go to the doctor because I mean it's just something that I was taught in my family. We go get our checkups and everything. I don't have no health issues. I don't got no blood pressure issues. I don't have no diabetes issues. None of that. And I try to work out. And for the most part, I mean I try to eat healthy most of the time. On the weekends, it'd be a little hard because I like pizza and pasta and fried chicken.
Nothing wrong with a
But
little pizza.
yeah, during the school year, I try to, make sure I'm eating, kind of healthy, so I won't veer out too much to the left. Cause things start affecting you when you get older, and I'll be 40 next year. So I'm thinking
Really?
about my future. Girl, yeah, I'm about to be 40, girl. Yes, I will be
I
40 next
never
year.
would have guessed it. Black don't crack.
But yeah, when people be saying they care about health, they don't. Cause they get mad, they come on the internet. Girl, you want to know the most hate I get on what kind of videos I get the most hate on? When I'm working out. That I get the most hateful comments on my workout videos. So I'll be like, what the hell you want us to do? You're mad if we sitting on the fucking couch eating. But I'm over here working out, sweating my ass off, and you still offended. Just say you hate fat people and go. That's what you do. Say you hate fat people and go. Because if me doing something to enrich my life, like working out, which y'all say that's what y'all want us to fucking do anyway, is making you mad, you absolutely hate fat people and you need to go sit on the couch and deal with your issues with a therapist. Because that girl, I be getting all kinds of comments from folks trying to be my personal trainer online to people be all, and it just be the same shit all the time. Ha ha. And after you get done working out, don't go get a Big Mac. I just be like, you motherfuckers ain't original at all. Just the same shit over and over again. Like, I mean, come up with some better material. Just be the same shit over and over again. And it's always somebody who's too scared to show their face.
I love now. Those are the ones that I absolutely love when they don't show their face, and then you go and find out how they really look, and then you comment and you post that in the group in the little caption section or the comment section. I die because those are hilarious. Because you're right, they don't show their face, and then you be like, "But this is why." So it's like you have the African American audacity to say something to me, and
And you
yet
out here looking like this in the world. You out here hurting people with your face. I told this one dude the other day, I said, look, sir, I said, now, your head is too big to not have grown into your ears. So I advise you to fall back. Because you ain't cute enough to be saying a goddamn thing about me. But it's so weird that your ears that damn big, but your head big too. I mean, silly.
well, this has been awesome. It definitely gives me a different perspective and more depth that I never even thought about when it comes to our BBW community. But I'm just proud of you for like owning the space and showing us. And I mean, me too, because I told you I had a problem with the word fat. I was like, this is uncomfortable, but it made me realize that I needed to do my work and realize why it was uncomfortable. I grew up in the age of Paris Hilton when you need to look like this, but realizing what you were doing and taking that space back and really redefining like what fat is. Like you had, it kind of remind me of BAPS, like when it was like
Yeah.
fat, PHAT.
I don't want people to think that my whole online experience has been negative. It has
No,
not been. It's been a joy. I get a lot of comments too. People say, I just really love seeing you on my timeline. I draw confidence from you because I be too afraid to do certain things. And then when I see you, like, it gives me a boost. And I'm always thankful for that because that's not even what I was trying to do. I wasn't even trying to do that. I was just posting and people liked it. And it's been mostly good. I've gotten most support and people give me props. They applaud me. So I'm thankful. And like this summer has been really, really good because I've had several like companies reach out to me for
I'm about to
collaboration.
say you got some branding you doing. You
Girl, before we got on this call, I had to do a video, and it took me about an hour to do the video, and then now I gotta go and edit it and all that stuff. So I really am grateful. Like, the experience has been positive for the most part.
You're listening to In Your Face because life demands hard conversations. Watch on YouTube at I Am Tassian and stream on Apple and Spotify podcasts.